So we finally got Lee's rattlesnake skin tanned up. We got it pinned out, dried out, and preserved, and it's on the wall now. So it looks really good in his house, and can't thank Bo enough for taking us on that rattlesnake hunt. If you didn't see that video, there'll be a link up in the corner here you can watch, or down in the description. Check that one out. Bo, again, he's started his own podcast recently. He's got amazing people coming on there telling you how to do like these adventure hunts, hunting elk or mule deer out west. And if you're from the East Coast, they kind of go through everything you need to know to go on and build your own adventure hunt like that. So he's got some awesome information. I've been listening to his podcast. I'm trying to plan one myself. So hopefully eventually I'll be, putting a video up about that. But go check out his stuff. It's eastmeetswesthunt.com. He's got his podcasts on there, or anywhere else you can listen to podcasts, iTunes, whatever. So go check him out. Also, I recently finally got a website up and running. That's at noblesavageoutdoors.com, and I have some shirts available. This one is one of them. It's just my logo. I call it the Wolf Spirit t-shirt. And there's another design that's up. There's a couple different colors. So go check that out. Again, noblesavageoutdoors.com, or there'll be another link coming up right here. You can click on that. It'll take you right to some of the products I have available. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I helped Lee get this rattlesnake skin fleshed out, tanned, stretched, and dried, and then put up on something that he can present it in his home, and it looks great. So we're going to get started. Alright, so we got Lee's 48-inch rattlesnake back. In order to get it back, all we did was take it, flatten it out, wrap it around a stick, put it in a bag, and put it in our cooler to keep it cold. Basically, the next thing we're going to do here to tan it is right on underneath the belly scales. You can see there's a bunch of flesh under there. On the back, right here, there's not much flesh. Underneath the belly, there's a lot of flesh there. We need to remove all that before we put it in the tanning solution. So we're just taking just a regular knife and kind of scraping that away. It's a little tedious, but we got to get the job done. So, alright, so the easiest way we've found is to flesh these belly scales is to take the knife from the head side and run down towards the tail side with the knife parallel to the scales. There's little ridges that it'll rise and fall into the valleys and then up over the ridges and take all the flesh off. So seems to be working okay. Still pretty tedious, but we're getting there. Alright, so we got the belly scales all fleshed up, and the next part is to put it in this solution, tanning solution. That's pretty simple. It's just 50-50 glycerin and 70% isopropyl alcohol, and we're just going to submerge the snake skin in there for 2 to 3 days, kind of mix it in every so often, kind of stir it maybe once or twice a day, and try to get this solution to coat every part of the skin. So I'll get back with you in 2 to 3 days. Alright, so 4 days later, basically I just kind of flip this each day. Once you put it in for a day, it kind of gets a little bit hard, and you can just flip the whole thing, make sure it's all covered. But now we're ready to pin it out. Alright, so we let it drip dry a little bit, and next thing is to just go back through and kind of scrape off any of the excess flesh that you missed. Alright, so the next step here is we're just stretching it out, and we're using a staple gun. And in between each staple, we got about a staple's width. So the big thing to worry about here is which direction you want to spread it and stretch it. So if you stretch it in width, you're going to lose length. If you stretch it in length, you're going to lose width. So we kind of decided we'd rather have, you know, it longer. So we're going to try to keep stretching it in length. But I guess it's whatever your preference is. Alright, so we got it pinned out here. And one thing you got to be careful with is this actually stretched from 48 inches, actually less than 48 inches, because with the head it was 48 inches, out to 54 inches like this. So make sure you aren't like us and you leave yourself enough board. We had plenty of board, but started in the center, so we had to splice some on. The other things to be aware of and kind of watch out for is how straight you're going. When you're actually cutting up the belly to take the skin off, you want to try to get as straight as you possibly can on that cut. You can see there's some spots on this one, like right here, where this side is a little bit narrower than this side, and that's because we were a little off center with the cut up the belly. Other than that, it's just kind of keep it straight as you tack it down. Alright, so we've actually had this drying in the basement for 2 weeks now. I had a dehumidifier down there to make sure there's not too much moisture, nice and cool down there so it doesn't dry too fast. And actually, it turned out pretty flexible, more flexible than I expected it to be with this homemade tanning process. But the last step we're going to do is take you want to leave a little bit extra glycerin in the bottom of your bottles and keep that around, because you need to take a little bit of that, put it on a rag, and then just rub it on the flesh side. Not too much, just kind of put a nice coat in there, and that should kind of seep in because this is real dry now. So we're going to do that and then take the staples out. Alright, so all we did was just add a little bit of glycerin, and you can hardly really even tell now. Just wipe it on with a rag and then wipe off any excess. You don't really want it shiny, you just want it to soak in a little bit. So the other thing to be careful is when you're pulling out the staples, if you use staples, make sure you don't grab any of the skin while you're pulling the staples, because we ripped one or two places. I mean, nothing that's not fixable, but it'd be better if we hadn't. So then the last thing we're doing here is just laying it out here on a couple different pieces of barnwood to see which one looks best, and we think this shorter one here looks the best. So that's kind of what it's going to look like on the wall. And then one of the other things I did forget to mention, you want to take the rattles off before you put it in that tanning solution, and you can just leave. These are, they don't need tanned, they're dry, but they just pop right off. You can see there's ridges on the end of the tail. They pop right off, and once you're done, you just pop them back on. So the colors ended up pretty good. There's actually, on these belly scales, if you get the right angle, it kind of shines like a rainbow, kind of like oil or something. Looks really cool, and really dark, deep colors. Turned out great. Alright, so the last thing Lee did was just picked up some of these decorative thumbtacks at like a hobby store, and he spread the skin out and just tacked it evenly, spacing it the whole way down. The other thing was he added the rattle back on, and that's pretty cool that you can still come up to it and kind of hear what it sounds like a little bit. So anybody comes over, it's definitely a talking piece for sure. It looks great on the wall. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. That definitely helps my channel grow, helps other people find my channel, so I appreciate it. But other than that, as always, get out there and be one with the outdoors.